Now I'm going to knight you.
Thank you for knighting me.
Cirrhosis of liver.
That should go to the Hall of Fame.
Yeah, we should give this to the Hall of Fame. The U-bolt with which we knighted Buck Fever. Welcome to the Rowdy.com Big Three. I'm Bassmasters. He is Buck Fever. We're talking NASCAR. Jerome Bus Cutler has today's 3 big burning questions.
And we start with a quote from a little guy I like to call Rick Hendrick.
You mean Mr. H?
When
He's not the littlest guy.
No, he's a little...
Portly.
Yes.
Now, wait just a minute.
I don't think Rick Hendrick would object to that characterization.
Not in the least. He likes Burger King.
And he's a realist. When asked if Joe Gibbs Racing had caught Hendrick Motorsports, Rick said, and I quote, "He didn't catch me, he lapped me." Do you guys agree that Joe Gibbs Racing has now passed Hendrick Motorsports as the top dog in the garage?
I don't agree, and I think he's overstating it to try and sort of be a little humble and motivate his team. They're close, though. They're close.
Canary in the coal mine. That was my metaphor on the blog. People wonder, why is Tony Stewart running so badly? But take a step back and look at Hendrick Motorsports as a whole, race fans. Mark Martin is definitely right now not as fast as he was last year. Tony Stewart right now, not as fast as he was last year. Jimmie Johnson right now, I submit to you, not as fast as he was last year. A little confused. Now, maybe they're trying some stuff.
Jeff Gordon is, though.
Jeff Gordon's faster and Ryan Newman's faster, but the other 4 guys are either the same or slower. I think Joe Gibbs Racing, based on what they've done the past couple weeks, is at least neck and neck, if not a little bit ahead of Hendrick. They haven't lapped Hendrick Motorsports, and I think Hendrick will come back and be just fine, most likely. But their big advantage, where they were 1, 2, 3 in the chase last year and kicking everyone's butt from here to Sunday, I do think, for the moment at least, that is gone.
All right, issue number 2. Speaking of Jimmie Johnson, hear a lot of people out there saying, oh, the wheels have come off, this is the end of his run. Yet, is this any different than what we've seen in years past when he really is focusing on the chase and not so much the regular season?
No, I think that they're not psyched right now. They're wrecking out of races. They don't seem to be very fast. I don't get the feeling that they're practicing for the chase. That's just not what I'm feeling.
You know, Buck, I agree with you. It does feel a little different. Is that to say they won't get their stuff together by the time we get to the chase? No. Is that to say they're not trying some stuff? No. But they do seem to be a little, maybe tiny bit on edge now, a little more on edge, a
Jimmie's
little more
on edge.
confused maybe right now. They've got the rest of the summer to work it out, which they probably will do. But also, I do think that comes back to issue number 1. Team-wide, I don't know that they have the advantage that they had. You know, Penske's looking a lot faster. Earnhardt Ganassi Racing, including Jamie McMurray, looking a lot faster. So I think there are more contenders right now, more teams that can give those guys a tough time than there were last year.
It's so easy to go clipping along when
Roush hasn't even gotten there.
When you're always in the lead and you're always kicking butt, it's so easy to take race after race and perform. But when you're actually trying to play catch up, it's a little bit different.
It's going to be harder for Jimmie Johnson to win the title when he competes with a bunch of other teams like Childress, like Earnhardt Ganassi, like Kurt Busch over at Penske, and Joe Gibbs, of course, than it is when he's just kind of trying to compete within his own group.
I want to talk about Jamie McMurray as issue number 3. I hear a lot of people saying, oh, well, God, he went to EGR, now he has a new lease on life. I'm not sure that I see it. Yes, he's got 4 top 10s on the season. 2 of those, of course, were at plate tracks. He's also got 3 finishes of 30th or worse. To me, it seems like the same old hit or miss Jamie McMurray.
Except that he's getting better hits. He may be missing, but he's got a few home runs.
You're right. I think he's faster, right? He may still be inconsistent. He may not be good enough to really be a championship contender, but I think if you look, especially the last 2-3 weeks here, you look at where he is in the points. I think if you just look at where he is in the points, you've got to say things have improved for Jamie McMurray being at EGR, and his attitude seems to improve. So I think he's better off. Whether he's I think he might make to have a shot at making the chase. It's going to be real tough.
He's going to take
not
Tony's
a championship
spot.
Contender, in my opinion. But you never know. You just never know. All right, that has been your Rowdy.com Big Three for Sir Buck Fever. I'm Bassmasters. We'll see you next time at Hall of Fame. If you want this, give us a ring or shoot us a note.
Give us a jingle.
Rowdy.com.
Buzz, Winnie.
Rowdy.com. Say it like it is.
Say what like it is?
Rowdy.com.